EKOHOTBLOG weekly review of trending stories. If you're a new subscriber or you're watching for the first time, this is EKOHOTBLOG weekly review of trending stories, where we bring to you the juiciest and trending stories of the week.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of EKOHOTBLOG's weekly review of trending stories. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome on board. This is where we bring to you interesting, trending, and fascinating stories that happened within the course of the week that you may have missed. I am Daniel Samson-Idowu. I'll be taking you through the highlighted stories for this week's episode. First, let's take a look at the top stories. Your plan to remove Tinubu in 2027 will end in frustration, Aide tells opposition. Nigeria's public debt skyrockets to 144.67 trillion in 2024. Sanwo-Olu addresses cholera crisis, calls for efforts to combat outbreak. EKOHOTBLOG Houston women celebrates 15 years of resilience, unity, and impact. Epe local government partners with Lagos Health District 3 for free medical outreach. Lagos government donates motorcycles to help protect power supply in Epe. Nightclub roof collapse in Dominican Republic, kills 98, injures 160 persons. Protest erupts across US against Trump's policies. Vinicius Jr. Mbappe fires blank as Arsenal trashed Real Madrid 3-0. Barcelona trashed Dortmund 4-0 as PSG beat Aston Villa 3-1 in UEFA Champions League quarter-final first leg fixture. You must be willing to do dirty works to succeed. Funke Akindele revealed secrets to stardom. Davido announces white wedding date with Chioma. Now the news in full. Your plan to remove Tinubu in 2027 will end in frustration, Aide tells opposition. The special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on economic affairs, Office of the Vice President, Tope Fasua, has expressed confidence that Tinubu will secure re-election in 2027, dismissing the opposition's chances. EKOHOTBLOG gathered that, speaking in an interview with journalist Seun Okinbaloye, Fasua said no credible candidate exists who can defeat the president. I don't see who will remove Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. I don't even see where you are going to start. It's going to end up in frustration. They don't even have a platform anymore. Which platform are they using? He questioned. In reaction to these claims, Nigerian activist and lawyer Deji Adeyanju claimed President Tinubu would fund the obedient movement ahead of the 2027 elections. In a series of posts on his Facebook page, Adeyanju alleged that Tinubu would encourage former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi to shun the proposed opposition coalition and contest independently. Adeyanju further criticized the People's Democratic Party, accusing the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, of working against the party's interests. The legal luminary claimed that the party's inability to control Wike's influence could lead to the demise of the party. Still on national news, Nigeria's public debt skyrockets to 144.67 trillion in 2024. According to recent reports released by the Debt Management Office, Nigeria's total public debt has surged to an alarming 144.67 trillion as of December 2024. This marks a staggering 48.58% increase from the 97.34 trillion naira recorded at the end of 2023. EKOHOTBLOG gathered that the reports highlights a combination of rising external and domestic borrowings as the primary drivers of the rapid growth in the nation's debt stock. Nigeria's external debt alone has jumped by 83.89%, reaching 70.29 trillion in December 2024, up from 38.22 trillion in the same period of 2023. The DMO data further indicates that the country's debt profile increased by 1.65% on a quarterly basis, rising from 142.32 trillion recorded in September 2024. Domestic debt experienced a significant 25.77% surge, reaching 74.38 trillion by the end of December 2024. up from 59.12 trillion in December 2023. The federal government shoulders the majority of both external and domestic debt, with external debt totaling 62.92 trillion. In contrast, state governments and federal capital territory accounted for 7.37 trillion. In the domestic segment, the federal government's debt amounted to 70.41 trillion, while the state and federal capital territory together owed 3.79 trillion. The escalating public debt has sparked concerns among financial experts and economists who question the sustainability of Nigeria's fiscal policies and long-term economic consequences. Reacting to the report, Chief Executive Officer of the Center of the Promotion of Private Enterprise, Dr. Muda Yusuf, expressed deep concerns over the skyrocketing debt profile, especially given the country's widening infrastructural gap. Nigeria's growing debt burden is not sustainable in the long term. It is particularly worrisome because the borrowings are not significantly translating into visible infrastructure or economic transformation, Yusuf stated. He also urged the federal government to explore alternative funding models to avoid plunging the country into deeper financial distress. Up next, Lagos news. Sanwo-Olu addresses cholera crisis, calls for efforts to combat outbreaks. Lagos State Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu addressed the pressing issue of cholera, revealing that 58 individuals lost their lives to the disease between January and July 2024. He emphasized that tackling cholera requires not only government intervention, but also the active involvement of all stakeholders. During the inauguration ceremony and inception meeting for an emergency capacity building project aimed at combating cholera outbreaks among informal food and water vendors, as well as waste workers in the flooded areas of Lagos, Sanwo-Olu commended the Japanese government for funding the initiative. He acknowledged that cholera remains a recurrent health crisis in Nigeria, with outbreaks occurring almost annually. Represented by the Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, the governor said, the situation reflects broader global challenges such as climate change, displacement due to conflicts, and rapid urbanization without adequate infrastructural development. In 2021 alone, Nigeria recorded over 100,000 suspected cholera cases and more than 3,500 deaths across 32 states, a stark reminder of the urgency required to address the issue, he stated. Lagos State, being Nigeria's largest urban center with a population exceeding 23 million, faces unique challenges due to rapid urbanization, poor water and sanitation infrastructure, as well as frequent flooding. Still on Lagos news, EKOHOTBLOG Houston women celebrates 15 years of resilience, unity, and impact. EKOHOTBLOG International, an international organization of indigenous Lagosians in diaspora, celebrated years of mutual growth and collective development, as well as their noble contributions to the advancement of Lagos heritage at home and abroad. At the club's historic quarterly meeting, a series of socio-cultural events were lined up to celebrate their milestone achievements over the years. The event was highlighted by the celebration of the 15th anniversary of the women chapter of EKOHOTBLOG Houston, featuring cultural exhibitions, fundraising initiatives, and a classic all-white dinner night party to promote bonding and increase socialization among members of the club from various parts of the United States of America. EKOHOTBLOG Houston Women was founded as part of the EKOHOTBLOG family 15 years ago. The organization was built on the belief that collective strength can create meaningful change. Mrs. Iyabo, the chapter's president, revealed that in the past 15 years, EKOHOTBLOG Houston Women has faced numerous challenges, but these obstacles have only reinforced her commitment to achieving ambitious goals and making a positive impact on the Lagosian society. EKOHOTBLOG gathered that through resilience and unity, they have successfully established not just one but 2 chapters, expanding their reach and influence. Marking 25 years of progress, Aremo TJ Abbas, while congratulating the women's wing, acknowledged the numerous challenges faced throughout the journey. He said despite the obstacles, they have only served to reinforce the club's determination to achieve Ziska's ambitions, objectives, and make a meaningful difference in the society. Aremo TJ Abbas, who is also the publisher of EKOHOTBLOG, highlighted camaraderie as the crucial factor in their success in the last 25 years. He noted that it was through unity and standing united that they were able to face and overcome obstacles, in which victories were celebrated as a collective achievement, making the organization feel more like a family. As we step into the next chapter of our journey, let us never lose sight of what brought us here. Let us uphold the camaraderie spirit, uplift and inspire one another, and work collectively towards even greater heights, he concluded. Up next, Ekpe News. Ekpe local government partners with Lagos Health District 3 for free medical outreach. Ekpe local government, in partnership with Lagos State Health District 3, on Tuesday conducted a comprehensive medical outreach program offering free health screenings to residents of the community. EKOHOTBLOG reported that the outreach included tuberculosis screening, cervical cancer tests, dental care, and checks for hypertension and diabetes, among other services. The event drew a large turnout of community members eager to benefit from the free health services. Permanent Secretary Honorable Adeleke Monsurat praised the joint effort and expressed gratitude to the Lagos State government and the First Lady. Dr. Sanwo-Olu has remained a strong voice in the fight against tuberculosis. Her passion is inspiring and it is evident in the impact we are making at the grassroots level, Honorable Monsurat declared. She also acknowledged the Ekpe local government chairman for her dynamic role in improving health outcomes in the community, particularly for her commitment to both health and education. In her keynote address, Honorable Princess Sura Olayemi Animashaun urged the public not to take their health for granted. Healthcare is a human right. We must not treat disease like TB and hypertension with levity. That's why this outreach is not just about treatment, but about education and empowerment. Together, yes, we can end tuberculosis, she stated. She further encouraged residents to take full advantage of the medical services provided during the outreach. We brought this program to your doorstep so that everyone can benefit. Please don't stay back. Get screened and treated, she said. The chairman emphasized the importance of routine checkups, advising that individuals should not wait for special programs before seeking medical attention. Don't wait for government to organize a health outreach before you check your health status. Regular medical checkups can help detect problems early and allow for timely treatment, she concluded. Still on Ekpe News, Lagos government gives motorcycles to help protect power supply in Ekpe. The Lagos state government has given 3 new motorcycles to help keep electricity safe in the Ekpe area. This comes after power was recently restored to the community. EKOHOTBLOG gathered that the motorcycles were handed over by Mr. Abiodun Ogunleye, the Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources. They were given to the chairman of Ekpe local government, Eredo LCDA and Ejinri LCDA. These motorcycles will help our security people watch over the power installations day and night, Mr. Ogunleye said. We want the lights to stay on. That's why we must protect the equipment, he added. He also thanked the Ikeja Electric Distribution Company for working quickly to bring back electricity to Ekpe after weeks of blackout. We are asking the police and the army and local security groups to keep working together. We need everyone's help to stop vandals and protect those important facilities, he added. The chairman of Ekpe local government, Honorable Princess Sura Olayemi Animashaun, praised the move. This is a very good step. The people of Ekpe have suffered from the power outage. Now that we have electricity again, we must protect it, she said. Honorable Monsuru Akinloye of Eredo LCDA and Honorable Wale Anomo of Ejinri LCDA also thanked Lagos State government as they promised to support the patrol teams to keep the power infrastructures safe. Now onto the foreign scene. Nightclub roof collapse in Dominican Republic, kills 98, injures 160 persons. Authorities confirmed that at least 98 people were killed and 160 injured as tragedy struck at the early hours of Tuesday when the roof of the famous Jet Set nightclub in Santo Domingo collapsed during a merengue concert attended by politicians, athletes, and other dignitaries. EKOHOTBLOG gathered that rescue efforts continued throughout the day and into the night as crews searched for survivors trapped beneath the rubble of one-story building. Juan Manuel Mendez, director of the Center of Emergency Operations, said search operations were being carried out relentlessly. We continued clearing debris and searching for people, Mendez told reporters on Tuesday night. The atmosphere around the collapsed nightclub was tense as nearly 12 hours after the collapse, emergency workers were still pulling out survivors. Rescue teams ordered silence to listen for faint cries from those still trapped under the rubble. Firefighters worked urgently, removing broken concrete blocks and using makeshift wooden planks to lift heavy debris. While the sound of drills cutting through the wreckage filled the air, Mendez confirmed that crews were focusing on 3 specific areas inside the club where they reportedly heard sounds, raising hopes that more survivors could be found. Still on foreign news, protests erupts across US against Trump's policies. Protests against President Trump took place in many US cities as citizens expressed their displeasure to Trump's economic policies. This public show of disapproval by the citizens is the largest nationwide demonstration against Trump since he took office. The organizers of the hand-off protest planned rallies in over 1,200 locations across the country, including all 50 states. Thousands gathered in cities like Boston, Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, and Washington, D.C. on Saturday. The protesters were upset with a range of issues, from social concerns to economic policies. The protest followed Trump's announcement that the U.S. would impose import tariffs on many countries. Similar rallies were held outside the U.S. in cities like London, Paris, and Berlin. In Boston, some protesters were angry about immigration raids targeting international students. One protester, a law student, said she was motivated by the arrest of a Turkish student near Tufts University. Others in London had signs mocking Trump, including one with his face on a toilet scrub brush. In Washington, D.C., speakers focused on the influence of wealthy donors like Elon Musk, who has been a key advisor to Trump. Florida Congressman Maxwell Frost criticized the billionaire takeover of government. Meanwhile, Trump spent the day golfing in Florida and did not attend any public events. Some polls show that his approval ratings have dropped slightly since he took office for a second term, leaving many Americans dissatisfied with his handling of the economy and cost of living issues. The White House defended Trump's policies, particularly his position on Social Security and Medicare. One of Trump's advisors, Tom Homan, dismissed the protests, saying they won't change anything. Up next is sport news. Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe fires blank as Arsenal trash Real Madrid 3-0. Arsenal delivered one of their most memorable performances in the UEFA Champions League history by condemning reigning champions Real Madrid to a 3-0 defeat in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League quarter-final round. The Emirates Stadium erupted in joy as the Gunners took a giant step towards their first ever Champions League title, stunning the Spanish giants with a dominant second-half display. After a tightly contested and goalless first half, Declan Rice opened the scoring in the 58th minute with a superb free kick that curled around Madrid's wall and left goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois stunned. It was a moment of brilliance that sent the home crowd into raptures, and Rice was not done yet. Just 20 minutes later, he stepped up again and delivered an even more spectacular free kick, bending the ball into the top corner with precision and power. Before Madrid could recover, Arsenal struck again in the 75th minute as the makeshift striker Mikel Merino capitalized on a flowing team move and slotted the ball past Courtois from close range, making it 3-0 and compounding Real Madrid's misery. The goal was a testament to Arsenal's fluid attacking play and confidence, showing their hunger and ambition to go all the way in this season's competition. Adding to Real Madrid woes, midfielder Eduardo Camavinga was shown a second yellow card deep into stoppage time, meaning he will miss the second leg. His dismissal also reflected the frustration and lack of composure that characterized Madrid's performance on the night. The result leaves Real Madrid facing an uphill task in the return leg at the Santiago Bernabeu next Wednesday. While the Spanish Giants have a storied history of dramatic comebacks in the Champions League, including their famous turnaround against PSG and Manchester City in the past season, this latest setback feels like a mountain too steep to climb, especially given how poorly they have performed in the second half. Meanwhile, Arsenal are now unbeaten in all their Champions League meetings with Real Madrid. Their record against the Spanish side stands at 2 wins and 1 draw, with Madrid yet to score a single goal against them in the competition. On the flip side, Barcelona trashed Dortmund 4-0 as PSG beats Aston Villa 3-1 in the first round of the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. The UEFA Champions League quarterfinal first leg delivered a thrilling night of football across Europe as Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain took commanding lead with dominant performances on home turf. At the iconic Estadi Olympique Louis Companies, Barcelona left no doubt about their championship pedigree, dismantling German giants Borussia Dortmund by 4-0. The Catalan side youthful energy and experienced firepower combined to a devastating effect. Polish striker Robert Lewandowski led the charge with a well-taken brace, while Brazilian winger Rafinha opened the scoring, and the 17-year-old sensation Lamine Yamal added a dazzling fourth to put the match out of reach. The result leaves Dortmund facing an uphill task in the return leg at Signal Iduna Park. Meanwhile, in Paris, Aston Villa hopes of an upset were briefly ignited when the English side took a surprise first-half lead, but PSG quickly regrouped, showcasing their new attacking flair and resilience. French teenager Dessert leveled the score before Georgian star Kivicha Kvaratskhelia put the Parisians ahead with a spectacular solo effort. Fullback Nuno Mendes sealed the night with a late strike, securing a 3-1 victory and shifting the pressure firmly onto Villa ahead of the second leg in Birmingham. The second legs promise high drama next week. Barcelona and PSG, widely seen as title contenders, now have one foot in the semi-finals, but in football, nothing is ever certain. Now let's take a look at what's buzzing in the world of showbiz and entertainment. You must be willing to do dirty work to succeed, Funke Akindele revealed secrets to stardom. Nigerian actress and film producer Funke Akindele recently shared her insights on achieving success during an appearance on the Watch Today podcast. Akindele emphasized the importance of being willing to do the dirty work as a prerequisite for success in one's career, EKOHOTBLOG gathered. She stated that while many people desire the fruits of success, they often overlook the challenging and unglamorous aspects that contribute to achieving their goals. Despite her accomplishments in the industry, Akindele noted that she maintains a focus on the task at hand, refusing to become complacent or allow distractions to hinder her progress. Akindele also underscored the significance of hard work and commitment to one's duties and responsibilities as a crucial element in the pursuit of success. Revealing the secret to her most talked about successes, Akindele said, "Let me say that a lot of people want to do what I am doing, but I keep telling them, for you to be successful, you need to work hard and do the dirty work." While acknowledging the role of spirituality in the entertainment industry, Funke Akindele emphasized the significance of self-awareness and originality in advancing one's career. She attributed an impressive 4-year streak of box office successes in Nigeria to her unwavering intentionality and pursuit of perfection. In addition to the professional aspects of success, Akindele also touched on her approach to managing personal challenges. She revealed that she avoids letting herself become overwhelmed by personal issues, demonstrating a remarkable resilience that has definitely contributed to her ability to thrive in the competitive entertainment sector. Still on entertainment news, Davido announces wife's wedding date with Chioma. Nigerian-American Afrobeat artist David Adeleke, better known as Davido, recently revealed the date and location of his much-anticipated white wedding with wife Chioma in an interview on The Breakfast Club. EKOHOTBLOG gathered that the couple will exchange vows in Miami, United States during a ceremony scheduled for August in 2025. Reflecting on the cultural differences between Nigerian and American marital customs, Davido highlighted the unique dynamics of African family traditions and their influence on the union. The singer, who previously held a lavish traditional wedding in Nigeria, shared these details while discussing the intense public interest surrounding their relationship. He fondly recalled the euphoria surrounding his traditional Nigerian wedding that swept the nation. During the interview, Davido also took the opportunity to praise Chioma for her commitment to keeping their private life away from the public eye, calling her the best for maintaining a sense of normalcy amidst the intense scrutiny that comes with the fame. The 32-year-old Atlanta-born Grammy nominee also touched on the importance of accepting imperfections in relationships, noting that while the marriage isn't without its challenges, he deeply values the bond he shares with Chioma. And that's a wrap on this week's episode of EKOHOTBLOG's weekly review of trending stories. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to always get notified. Which of the news is most astonishing to you? Tell us in the comment section below. I am Daniel Samson Idowu. Till next time, stay safe and healthy.